JBN, we keep you informed. I am Michelle Jones, and in the news, two charged for the murder of Freddie. The Kingston Central Police Division have arrested and charged two men with murder following the shooting death of 43-year-old Frederick Walters, otherwise called Freddie, of Wildman Street, Kingston, CSO, on Friday, November 13, 2020. Charged are 22-year-old David Hepburn, otherwise called Brownman, of York Street, and the 22-year-old Nathaniel McFarlane, otherwise called Zidane, of Wildman Street, both in the parish. Reports from the police are that about 4:55 p.m., Walters was along Beeston Street in the parish when he was approached by Hepburn and McFarlane, who opened gunfire, hitting him. Walters was taken to hospital where he was pronounced dead. Hepburn and McFarlane were later arrested and subsequently charged after a question and answer interview in the presence of their lawyers. Recording artist reported missing in St. Catherine. 22-year-old Xavier Woolry, recording artist of East Avenue, Linstead, St. Catherine, has been reported missing since Thursday, January 14, 2021. She's of brown complexion and a slim build. Reports are that about 6 p.m., Woolry was last seen at home wearing a black shorts, pink blouse, and black slippers. She has not been heard from since. Anyone knowing the whereabouts of Xavier Woolry is being asked to contact the Linstead Police at 876-985-2680, Police 119 emergency number, or the nearest police station. Man shot after 7-hour standoff atop Scotia Bank, Fairview building. After a near 7-hour standoff, a St. James man, believed to be mentally unstable, was removed from atop the Scotia Bank Fairview building in St. James. Shortly after sunset, around 6 p.m. Sunday, people raised alarm when the man was spotted on the building, threatening at some points to jump. First responders, including the police, the fire service, and a health team, were brought in. They spent several hours trying to convince the man to get down. All this time, he had two pieces of steel in his hands, which he often wielded. Around 11:30 p.m., as curious onlookers came and went, a team of Jamaica defense soldiers arrived. More than an hour later, as they approached the man, he reportedly tried to hit one of the soldiers and was shot in his left leg. The man was then accosted, lowered from the building, and whisked away to hospital. Sangster flight grounded after trash-talking family row. A Canadian cabin crew refused to fly a group of unruly passengers from MBJ's Sangster International Airport to Pearson International in Toronto on Sunday after they were threatened and called white trash. The crew, working the low-cost carrier Soup, which is owned by WestJet, reportedly became fearful after an altercation between a white family of 5 and a black couple stalled the takeoff of the flight, scheduled to depart at 11:55 a.m. An hour later, the plane was still in the holding area of the ramp. Local handlers of the aircraft, Ajas Jamaica Limited, confirmed the incident, stating that the black couple, who were reportedly sitting in front of the white family, claimed that the kids started kicking their seats. The black couple felt that the parents did not do enough to rein in their kids, which resulted in the intervention of the flight attendants. However, the situation escalated and racial slurs were reportedly hurled at them. The crew became fearful after they were called white trash and they were threatened. Michelle James, coordinator in charge of customer service at Ajas, said. She said the crew decided that all 131 passengers had to disembark the aircraft, but they objected. The police were summoned and the passengers ordered to deboard as the crew decided not to work the flight. The passengers are being accommodated at the S Hotel by the airline and are booked to leave the island on Monday at 6 p.m. on a different aircraft and with a different crew. The group of 7 are not expected to be accommodated on the aircraft. Station manager Dunstan Price expressed disappointment with the behavior of the passengers, acknowledging that roles were a challenge that occasionally arose. We will, however, at all times, take care of our passengers, he promised. The passengers are fortunate to be making it out before the travel amnesty that allows international travelers to enter Canada without presenting a negative COVID-19 test ends at midnight on Monday. As of Tuesday, all travelers entering the North American country must present a negative coronavirus test no older than 72 hours in order to enter. Just last week, the Federal Aviation Administration (FAA) announced that it was stepping up enforcement against unruly airline passengers. The FAA cited a disturbing increase in incidents where airline passengers have disrupted flights with threatening or violent behavior, the Associated Press reported. The FAA said under an order signed by Administrator Stephen Dickinson, unruly passengers will no longer get warnings. Instead, the agency said disorderly passengers could be fined up to $35,000. Offenders who assault or threaten airline crews or other passengers may face jail time. Over 100 tablets distributed to needy children in St. Elizabeth and Manchester. Over 100 tablets have been distributed to students attending schools in South St. Elizabeth and South Manchester by United States-based Jamaican philanthropist Denise Stewart. Stewart, who is a native of St. Elizabeth, said she was moved to assist after it was brought to her attention by teachers that students were unable to access online learning because they were without a device. Assisted by family members and friends, Ms. Stewart liaised with school principals and other officials to identify the students who were in need of assistance. Member of Parliament for South East St. Elizabeth, Franklin Witter, contributed 10 of the 120 tablets, as well as funds to purchase data for some of the beneficiaries. The last batch of tablets were presented to the students on January 12. Stewart said her aim is to equip 500 students with tablets across the two parishes. My satisfaction is seeing the joys on the faces of the children, and I want to go to other parts of St. Elizabeth and go further into Manchester, where I was schooled. Hopefully, we'll have more donors coming on board. Let us help. Let us give somebody something to smile about, she said. Meanwhile, principal of Morningside Primary and Infant School, Nalia Lynch, said with the many challenges brought on by the COVID-19 pandemic, Stewart is giving the students a fighting chance and opportunity to maximize their learning potential. We are grateful, and the whole community rallies behind Ms. Stewart and her donors, Lynch said. Teacher at the Ballards Valley Primary School, Rosemary Steele, described the tablet drive as a wonderful job. We're impressed. The children are delighted. I hope that others will assist the program because it's really beneficial, Steele said. For a guidance counselor at the New Forest Primary and Infant School, Simone Lewis, the tablets have come right on time. The students have been helped, and I'm happy for that. Many students from different schools have been helped, and she's touching lives, and we are seeing the impact. Students are grateful, and as you help, you are helping our children, and that goes a far way for our nation, she stated. Mob captures alleged phone thief in Hanover. An alleged robber who was caught by citizens in Grange District, Hanover, and handed over to the police, have been charged with illegal possession of firearm, illegal possession of ammunition, and robbery with aggravation. He has been identified as 21-year-old Hugh Barrett, otherwise called Kurt, of Green Island in the parish. Barrett was charged after he and another allegedly robbed the complainant of his Samsung cellular phone valued at $15,000. The police said they drove upon a motorcycle while the complainant was at a business establishment about 9 p.m. on Sunday, January 10. The police said the following day, both Barrett and his accomplice were mobbed by citizens in the Rock Spring community. The accomplice escaped. However, Barrett was handed over to the police and subsequently charged. His court date is being finalized. The police further appealed to anyone with information that can assist this investigation to contact the Green Island Police at 876-956-9200 or Crime Stop at 311. 2 COVID patients die as Jamaica records 113 new cases. A 63-year-old female from Kingston and St. Andrew and a 64-year-old male from St. Mary have become Jamaica's latest COVID-19 fatalities, bringing the country's death toll from the virus to 326. The Ministry of Health and Wellness of the country also recorded another death under investigation. Meanwhile, 130 new cases of the virus were recorded in the last 24 hours, pushing the total number of confirmed cases to 14,274. Of the newly reported cases, there were 46 males and 67 females, with ages ranging from 59 days to 100 years. 39 of the cases were recorded in St. Catherine, while 18 were recorded in St. Anne. The other cases were recorded in Kingston and St. Andrew 14, Clarendon 10, St. Mary 9, Manchester 8, St. Elizabeth 7, St. Thomas 3, Hanover 2, St. James 2, and Portland 1. The country also recorded 18 recoveries, bringing the total number of recoveries to 11,727. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.